The following program was produced or sponsored by a community member. The content, views, and opinions expressed are the sole responsibility of the producer and do not reflect those of Malden Access Television, the City of Malden, or your cable provider. MATV welcomes your comments. Please call us at 781-321-6400 or email us at access@matv.org.
Welcome you all to hashtag Big Dance Sunday in the Malden Neighborhood Basketball League. I am your host, the Dudster, Nester Dudley, along in the Cablecast booth. Unfortunately, again for another Big Dance Sunday, the good Reverend Bernard Stroud, coach of the Lakers. And as always, at Ref Rob Teutul in the Cablecast booth bringing you this action. And speaking of action, what action do we have in this 34th annual Coaches Players All-Star Game? As usual, we have the officials here on Big Dance, hashtag Big Dance Sunday. The officials being Bernardo Stroud and Jovan Walcott. Conspicuous by his absence is Beanie Amos to be the third official for the three-man weave. I talked to Beanie this morning. He told me, Rev, he just ain't feeling it today.
I can understand that because of the coaches' pictures. One of the coaches from the Kings mentioned that, what about myself and Beanie Amos, and we just don't feel it today. But be that as it may, we have the A-team down there reffing, which I'm an advocate of having the A-team ref on the playoff weekend.
Good Rev, look who's jumping. Your grandson and your Laker alumni. And the coaches came up with
Come on, Flake!
Coaches came up with the ball. Eric Ribeiro shoots all three
and
of these.
Who got the first rebound? The tree.
Mark Nybo high dribbling. Josh Serrano back to Mark Nybo, who gets my vote for league MVP. Knocks it beyond the arc, where everything is three.
That was a good box out by Joe. Cardinals in.
Chuck Washington and
travel. Come on. Travel.
That was a nice move. Unfortunately, good Rev, he took one extra step to get there.
Yes, he did.
Ricardo St. Jean just messing around. Josh Serrano's going to take all three of these. Side rims and big rebound by the big man. Cleaning it up.
I would rather for him to go back up with it, though.
And he used the glass. Off the glass.
Go ahead, Jay.
Off the glass.
Good hustle, Joey. Give one, everyone.
Good, Rev, I just want to say that I saw yesterday's game, and I felt as though that yesterday's game, Javinsky Baptiste came into his own. He finally mentally put it all together. And I think that if the Lakers had won yesterday, he would have put on a show today in the Big Dance.
I believe so. He actually,
Heads up.
after the first quarter, he actually started to do things that we practice on Thursdays. And it was just unfortunate that an ill-advised shot was taken, which got him his fifth foul.
Oh.
Mighty Joe Young rims out of the...
Javinky is still hustling.
Mighty Joe Young rimmed out of that shot on the arc where everything is three. Players up by two, 5-3.
I can go on record and say it. Over these 30 years, we have not had a ball player who is in as good a shape as Javinky. He runs and runs and runs all day and he never gets tired.
Now, I happen to have the pleasure of having met your mother. His abs reminds me of the washboard that your moms used to wash the clothes with.
Yes. He might be tall and slender, but he is put together well. He is a very fine young man who we're going to hate to leave. The Laker family Wow.
By the way, speaking about your moms, just want to say God rest the soul of
Oh yeah.
of Ida Mae Stroud.
Sis Stroud. Sis Stroud. Good lady. Good lady. That was a
Kickball violation.
But the players are dribbling too much. It's one and done, one and done, one and done. They're not looking to score to the big man. So if I was Jay, every offensive rebound I get, I'll take it back up.
Serrano comes into the game just launching.
The same thing he did in the season. I don't think anyone. He might have the record in.
Chuck Washington takes a long shot.
Nice rebound, baby.
Javinki again has blocked his coach.
Blocked his coach.
Get on the floor, baby. Nice work, baby.
You know what, Rev? Javinki took that loss as much or as hard as any player could take a loss. But he is here today playing in his last organized MNBL game. And he's having a good time.
Yes, he is. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about, having a good time.
Young Andrew Robinson wanted to confirm that we did point out that Javinski Baptiste did block Sean Fortier. And yes, we did point that out. Anthony Guerrero could not come down with that shot. I didn't even see Eric Ribeiro go to the bench.
Again,
are you sucking wind already, Eric? I didn't even see you go to the bench. Eric Ribeiro sucking wind.
I need to have this coach that's in front of me move.
We are 11 years removed from the 2008 MNBL season.
The coaches are one and done, one and done, one and done.
But the coach,
everyone is 3-point happy.
But being one and done.
Whoa!
But being one and done, they're only down by 1 point. 5-4 with 6 minutes and 33 ticks left to go in the first. I just want to remind, let me just get this in. I just want to remind all the kiddies out there, we play 4 12-minute quarters here in the All-Star game, but all time is run time.
Players, you have to go to the scorer's table. Coach, you're going to have to move out of my way so I can see the game and call the game. Go down that way.
Allie Joseph has been waiting a number of years to play in this game.
Please.
Marcus Bailey launches a long one, doesn't go.
Tell Eric, yeah, that's good right there. That's good.
Serrano to Philippe could not connect. And right, Washington.
Wow, he got bailed out. Oh, he called a travel?
He might have stepped, I think he stepped out of bounds, but I got to tell you, so the only coach on that defensive end that was crashing the glass was Chuck Washington. Chuck Washington of the 2009 championship Pistons. And he got away with a moving screen.
Rebound. He's 3 happy, hasn't made one yet.
Heads up play by Kyrie Irving. I mean Marcus Bailey. Wearing Kyrie Irving's number 11.
All the coaches are taking nothing but threes.
Andy Nguyen passes it off. Nguyen gets the ball back to Serrano.
There he goes. That's his third three.
Take all 3 of these. He followed his shot. I only seen him make one pass, and he passed it to his teammate, Darius Philippe.
Fumble.
There's Allie Joseph going to take all 3 of these. They're all taking threes.
All taking threes.
Unc, let me ask you a question.
They call it a timeout. The coach of the Kings Sebastian, Mr. Albert is coming out. The big man, number 30, Savvy, is on the court.
Sebastian Arano, who was also on that 2008 championship Sixers team. So Sebastian Arano, teammates with Eric Ribeiro, Sean Hickey, all played under Cliff Williams' 2008 championship Sixers. Their banner hangs proud, and that has been their last banner back in 2006. We got 3 of them.
I believe Savvy is playing the center position. He's got jewelry on.
It's a bling violation. That's known as a bling violation.
But did you hear what the ref said? I can't say what
well, you know what the ref's last name is.
Yeah, I do. He said,
Ali Joseph, off with the races. That's what Ali Joseph did for 2 consecutive seasons back in 2010 and 2011. Winners of 32 straight games to become the perfect dynasty of the Hawks.
Wow, he did take it.
Javinsky in the middle with a soft touch, soft layup touch. Boy, Rev, he put it all together.
Yes, he did.
And he's
get out of this house.
That's right. And Serrano did the right thing. Oh, he got blocked by.
He should have gave him an up fake.
He got blocked by Keyshawn.
He should have gave him an up fake. He would have had him. He got blocked by his coach.
Got blocked by Keyshawn Bridgman Diggs. Diggs swings it out to Guerrero. Into Arano.
That was just a bad pass. That wasn't Serrano's fault.
He has to come out again.
No, he has earrings on.
Ref Bernardo Stroud, he's still in bling violation.
And he's one of the coaches.
Javon Walcott's getting a good laugh out of this. You can never get away with a bling violation when Bernardo Stroud is officiating the b-ball game.
Look at your big man inside.
Jonathan, are you all set? Are you still in bling violation? Because Bernardo Stroud will catch you.
Mentally, I am. Mentally.
That was good hands by Keyshawn Diggs.
Was it a bling violation?
Bling violation. You got the bling violation, yes. You ain't getting away with no bling violation when Bernardo Stroud is refereeing.
Coach Windsor, why did you take Savvy out? He only played 30 seconds. And they coach on the same team together.
Andy Nguyen hits all 3 of these. Andy Nguyen, sophomore, in the running for Rookie of the Year.
Nester, the Lakers actually have 5 coaches represented today in this coaches All-Star.
Speaking of Laker coaches, that was Rashad Langston that went up there and blocked that. So, and another Laker coach could not connect. But look at Rashad Langston. Rashad Langston still has those ups. Ali Joseph flapping. Ali Joseph just flopping around like a fish out of water. That's a flopper.
He tried to flop?
He didn't try to flop. He did flop. He tried to draw the whistle.
We have Rashad Langston, Jonathan Keyshawn.
We pointed it out.
We have
pointed it out. He still has those ups.
Snowflake 48. We have Andy Robinson. And yours truly, There are 6 coaches of the Lakers who are involved in the Coaches All-Star game on this weekend. And Javicki has played the whole quarter. Keyshawn knows not to go into that house.
Rashard Langston kicks out to Philippe and then swings it out to Ali Joseph, who's going to take all 3 of these. Rashard Langston got hit on top of his noggin or something. He said, wants to get out. We got to see if he's drawing any plasma. He's running to the locker room. Eric Ribeiro made a face. I think plasma has been drawn. .46 left to go in the first. Players up by 4, 10-6.
Oh, Javicki have finally got a rest.
Ali Joseph did push off.
The coaches are getting tired.
Gotta look at down my roster because the Sixers number 16, or is it number 19? Must be number 19. That must be Lopes.
Ali Joseph again with a 3. And the net again did not move.
Number 19 for the Sixers, Miguel Lopes, has been having himself a good first period thus far in this Coaches Players All-Star game. And there's Lopes again. Passes out to Chen. Does not get it.
Dix okay?
Does not get it off. I think Keyshawn Bridgman-Dix had a piece of that. At the end of the first 10, the players are up by double the score of the coaches, 12-6. Ken Bezanson is just asking Coach Cliff Williams. He only had 6 points. 6 points at the end. Commissioner Ken Bezanson earlier had said this is a low-scoring game. This game's as low-scoring as the Bullets and the Celtics. But when the Bullets did that yesterday, they did that intentionally. 2 field goals and 12 minutes. My goodness.
Coach Rashard Langston inadvertently had an elbow to the old noggin, which Nester Dudley has said it has drawn some plasma. So he's in the locker room now, getting tended to by one of the fellow coaches, and we hope everything is all right with him. I'm speaking to Coach Chris Rogers of the Kings, and I'm asking him, Coach Rogers, why is all the coaches coming out jacking up threes?
Must be a bunch of jerks.
For those of you who did not hear that answer, Coach Chris Rogers said they must be multi-jerks because, as it is said down here, any jerk can jack up a 3. And there are a whole lot of jerks jacking 3s.
Come on, a little bit at a time, fellas. Let's go.
I don't understand why the coaches are doing things we tell them kids not.
That's what I asked. Put a mic on him.
Like I said, we coach the kids. We tell them don't jack up 3s. We get out there, we start jacking up 3s.
Like a bunch of jerks. Combo 20. I had just looked up and saw that when you, and you probably said it before, but I just looked up and saw that.
I'm not talking to you today. You're not talking to me? No.
Nybo swings it out to Lopes. Back to Nybo. Coaches up by 4, 12-8. Excuse me, players up by 4, 12-8. Not coaches. Chuck Washington comes down with a monster rebound, as he'd done plenty of times back in the 20-09 season. Chuck Washington played for the Pistons 20-07 to the 20-09 season. Joe Young Drive it on the baseline. Now, the person who was uncharacteristically quiet is Coach Chris Callahan. And I got to tell you, Chris Callahan definitely gets wardrobe of the day. Well, all due respects to you, Reverend Bernard Stroud, but Chris Callahan's looking like the Lucky Charms, the Frosted Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
Javinki, yes, has returned into the game, the captain.
I don't think the coach was here. So good D.
He was out of control. Joe Young is the point guard, and he jacks up a three. Eric Rivera jacks up a three.
Lopes comes down with a weak side rebound.
Come down, Jay. Back up, Jay.
Vinsky Baptiste.
Good try.
Nybo was on his coach, Marcus Bailey. That was a nice pass to Joe Young. You know, Reverend, the coaches have watched the players play all year. What they should do, the coaches should try to beat the players with their minds, with their noggins. They know the players' weaknesses and stuff. Don't play into the players' game coming down just jacking up threes.
But we have some coaches who are doing exactly that. Coach Washington traveled again.
Washington is not jacking up threes, but Washington is a traveling man. That's a second travel violation.
Washington did jack up a three in the first quarter.
Actually, it was a deep deuce.
It was a deep deuce?
It was a deep deuce, yes. He got a little bit out of his game.
Again, that's the same thing happened with the Lakers. They have the big man with his hand up inside looking for the ball, and no one passes the ball.
We got it. Hey. That's it, Joe. Right up, Joe.
Joe Young is fouled by Darius Philippe. Moments are gone on the other side of the basketball court. Mark Nybo literally bounced off of his coach, Chuck Washington. Just bounced right off.
Coach Young.
15 minutes late.
21.
Coach Young hit one out of two.
That might be the first free throw the coaches made.
Ricardo St. Jean went in the middle, but Washington said, get that out of here. Ribeiro.
Yeah.
Eric Ribeiro faked out three All-Stars, laid it off the glass.
They don't know how to look inside to their big man. Big man has them wide open, and they just, that's not the place. That's not the place to give it to him.
Lopes taking all three of these. Baptiste with the rebound.
Get him out of there. There you go, Sean.
Shoots it over the rim. Young off the glass over Darius Philippe. And the coach is going to call a timeout. With 5 minutes and 58 ticks left to go in the first, the coach has taken, I believe this is the coach's first lead, 13-12.
But Nester, I see some of the coaches coming off on that timeout. I think they're happy that the players, the All-Stars called timeout because some of the coaches are sucking eggs. I'm waiting on the big man savvy to go back in.
So isn't he? I think.
One thing, somebody better not get more playing time than him.
I think Coach Cliff.
What do you think?
I
agree.
I think Coach Cliff Williams pulled the hook.
The coach puts them both out there together.
Next, side to side. They would have the weight advantage. Along with Coach Washington down low. That's a good 600 pounds.
I would like to say to Coach Cliff Williams, do not make the mistake that you apparently made in a 2008 season by playing one of your players more than the other player. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe you should put them out there together.
I think that's what Coach Rogers is talking about doing.
Nibel's on the giddy up. This is where he's at his finest.
Control.
Good defense by Anthony Guerrero.
He was out of control on that one. He should have slowed down.
Josh Serrano checks in the game for Mark Nibel.
Nester, I would like to take a bet. Serrano gets the ball at the three-point line. What do you think he's going to do with it?
He's definitely going to jack it. But what I wanted to point out that Anthony Guerrero was talking trash to Mark Nibel as Mark Nibel was exiting the court. Joe Young going to take all three of these.
And the coaches again. The players down here do not know how to feed the post-up man.
Anthony Guerrero side rims it. Ricardo St. Jean come down with the strong side rebound. He elected to go behind his back instead of trying to go inside. Nguyen passes back out to St. Jean, out to Serrano. And Nguyen broke it up by Guerrero.
And Serrano stole the ball.
Nieves comes down with the ball, takes it out of St. Jean's hand, passes it a little bit too far for Ali Joseph. Javinsky Baptiste certainly does have educated feetses.
Yes, his footses
are
just as good as his hands.
He's been playing soccer his entire life. He's only been playing basketball for 3 years.
And what an improvement that he made from last year to this year.
Andy Nguyen hitting all three of these.
He finally understands the game.
And struck the pose.
He knows his position. He knows where he should be.
Javinsky Baptiste affected the shot of mighty Joe Young. Darius Philippe.
I think Darius got bailed out on that one. He was a little out of control.
Wycliffe Philippe is going to check in.
Keyshawn.
Coach Cliff Williams is coaching from the walkway because he said he didn't want to be in my way.
Cliff Philippe boxed out Darius Philippe on that free throw. You kind of think that Cliff Philippe knew that Darius was going to miss it. Ali Joseph is going to take all three of these, ill-advised.
That's his fourth one, and he has not made one yet. Father and son.
And he
got the rebound. There you go. And the father got the rebound over the son.
If you're Liz, who do you root for on that occasion?
That's not getting fouled.
I just got it. We just got it from good authority in the cablecast booth that it's going to be very, very impossible for Wycliffe Philippe to foul his son, Darius Philippe. Just got it from good authority.
15 to 15.
Which is a combo of 30. You got to yell at the combos. You can't just lay it up
15
there.
to 15. Combo of 30. Coach Rashad must be injured pretty well. I haven't seen him come out the locker room yet. Probably can't stop the bleeding. We'll check on him at halftime. I'll try to find an ice pack or something for him.
Well, you did bring the Laker basketballs, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, that's not going to make Commissioner Kim Johnson happy. Because the three-point contest.
I got my ball.
Lakers can contribute. Ricardo St. Jean going to take all three of these, back rims it. Nguyen comes down with the rebound, takes it to the paint amongst the trees. Doesn't come. Keyshawn Dix pass it to Ali Joseph. Back to Jonathan Nieves. And Dix with the putback. That looked pretty, but it just did not fall. And it's Ali Joseph. He can certainly run past this guy. And scores. Ali Joseph spent his career in the MNBL doing just that.
Showing his speed.
Foul on Sean Hickey, which would be a great opportunity for Coach Cliff Williams getting Sebastian Arano.
Yes, it would. It would be. It's only a minute 45 seconds. Pull the trigger.
Chan to Nguyen. To Lopes, who's going to take all three of these. Front rims it. Serrano comes down the weak side rebound, passes out to Chan. He had a piggy on the arc, so that would have been a deep double. Javinsky Baptiste said he's going to get him some.
I don't blame you, Jay. Not on this time. I don't blame you.
Josh Serrano was just playing defense on his coach, Wycliffe Philippe. Jonathan Nieves.
Get that stuff out of here by Jay.
Blocked
Javinsky. Sabby.
Blocked by Javinsky.
Too late.
Keyshawn just could. That's what
he did in his MNBL career.
In the paint.
He was a quick leaper.
That was great defense by the backcourt of the coaches, which consists of Ali Joseph and Wycliffe Philippe and Keyshawn Bridgman-Dix. There was something that he didn't do a whole hell of a lot when he played was score. He's looking for his shots as he matured into adulthood. He's not looking for his shots. And he knew he strokes all three of these.
It looks as though he's got it even quicker. Nester, do you know where the baby girl's coming today?
I do not expect to see Carly Ann Amos today. If she does come, that would be a pleasant surprise. I'd love to see her 2 days in a row, but I do not expect that. Headsets off.
I'm glad you tell me, because
at the end of the first half, the coaches with a late minutes surge, up by 4, 21-17, Rev.
Yes, the coaches are doing pretty good, but I believe in the second half, I'm one of the coaches that believe in the second half, age will take its toll on them. I'm still concerned about Coach Rashad Langston. He hasn't come out of the locker room yet. When we sign off, or we'll go out and see is everything all right with him.
Well, let's take a look at him now for Reverend Bernard Stroud at Rev Rob Teutul in the Cablecast booth. Nester Dudley saying we'll see you at the half. Back at the half. Coaches with the second half, second quarter surge, hashtag surge.
Hi, how are you?
Comes up with the comes up 4-point lead, 21-17. As this early spring classic continues. Serrano to Naibo, who's going to take all three of these. Makes it good. Cuts the lead within a point, 21-20. That's how they started the first half. Naibo hitting the three. Nice pass from Riverio to Nieves.
Nice reverse layup.
Naibo thought about it. Going to take it again. Naibo is not passing the rock right now.
Go with him.
Ribeiro just did that simple up fake. Nieves.
Coach Cliff Williams is out of control.
What, they got blindfolds on?
They're riding the ref. My grandson, Sean Snowflake, 48, is at the line.
Where everything is free.
Shooting 2. Come on, Flake, you got to get it over the rim.
Misses them both. Baptiste kicks it out to Nguyen, back to Chan. Or Chen, I should say. Serrano back to Chen.
He has it. Bless his heart. He still shoots them.
Ribeiro. Serrano's all up in Ribero's grill now. Marcus Bailey shorting it down.
As a moving pick by Chuck Washington.
Nieves to Fortier. Into Ribeiro.
48 saw who was down there, so he refused.
Chuck! That was awesome!
Foul on Coach Chuck Washington.
Chuck Washington came down with that Kareem old school hook, and it almost went in. That was something that he did not do back in 2009.
You're totally right. After he retired, he developed more basketball playing skill than when he played in the league.
Now, something almost as rare as kryptonite, Darius Philippe hitting free throws.
That's a good one.
It's a both, yeah.
Wow. That might be an omen, Nester. It might be a bad omen for the coaches.
Baptiste coming down with rebounding. Throws it away to Washington. The Ribeiro. Ribeiro trying to draw the foul, just didn't go.
That was a good no No foul by Javinki.
Philippe. Foul by Bailey, head coach of the Pistons.
And he's going back to the line again. No. He's going back to the... It was on the floor.
Foul's on the floor. When the referee points to the floor like this, that means the foul's on the floor. Philippe saves it from the entering the backcourt. Bailey's all over the place, playing tough defense. Nguyen strokes all three of these. Front rims in. Ribeiro's going to stroke a long three. Doesn't
Deep
get it.
three.
Chen to Lopes. Back to Chen. Feeds. Baptiste. They got him for a travel.
You got to dribble, Jay.
They caught Mr. Educated Feet with the travel. Niaz going to shoot all three of these. Drains it.
Nester, I believe some of the coaches have gotten better after their playing days in the MNBL.
They finally learned to put it all together. They said, oh, this is what coach was talking about. Philippe off the glass. Kisses it off the glass.
26,
with a
24.
combo of 50. 26-24. That pass was telegraphed.
Philippe had scored the last 4 points for the players.
I found out before this game that Darius Philippe literally waited 17 years to play in this game, which means he's been wanting to play in this game straight out of the womb. His birthday was a couple of weeks ago.
The players have forced the coaches to call a timeout to bring out the oxygen tank because they are wearing them down. Coach Rashad has come out the locker room, and thank God that he is all right. He just got a bandage over his head. He has about a half-inch gash on the top of his head. And he's back on the floor, ready to go at it again. As I'm looking, Nester, see 4 coaches in that session with the coaches. 1 player playing. It should be another player from the Lakers, and have the Laker coach on the right of me. The Lakers are well represented on this St. Patrick's Day.
That was a nice spin move by Chuck Washington.
Yes, he definitely learned more after the game.
Being asked a question by young Andrew Robinson, and I did not have an answer for him because I did not see what he saw. And that just went right through Sean Hickey's hands.
Coach Arano can't be pleased with what just took place. Nester.
Yes.
I was asking Coach Arano during halftime what was the story. And he said that his coach that's coaching today, that they coach with, well, the Kings doesn't like him. He doesn't. He said it's
that.
He's Coach Serrano said. Arano said he was the wrong color. He said he likes Hickey more. Folks, when you see Coach Arano go in, you will see what the joke is.
Joke.
What we did not get a chance to comment on was the nice no-look pass by Javinsky. Baptiste in the paint.
I'm still waiting on Coach Williams to pull the trigger to get his 2 big men in.
Coach is swinging around that ball. Armstrong, Young takes all 3 of these, doesn't connect. Guerrero comes down to rebound, but throws it right to Andy Nguyen.
Coach Rogers is still trying to get Coach Williams to put him in.
Philippe blocked by Nieves, and Baptiste could not clean it up.
Okay, Joe.
Young to Guerrero, who's going to take a deep double. Rims out, or what we used to say back in the 20th century, it was a rimmer jobber.
Coach Eric is sucking eggs. He's ready to come out. He's hoping for a whistle. He is hoping for a whistle.
Philippe cleans it up.
Coach Eric is finally coming out.
Someone got to come out.
The coaches have 6 on the floor. There's a violation. There's a 6-man violation. Oh, no, Hickey's gone in the sideline. Okay.
It took him a long time to get to the sideline. I don't believe he wanted to come off. Woo.
That was a tough pass.
Long pass.
Armstrong going to take all 3 of these. Armstrong. Why keep on wanting to say Armstrong? Mighty Joe Young takes all 3 of these and finally connects on 1.
Yo, take it from him. Take it from him. Bravo.
I thought Ricardo St. Jean traveled myself before he took that 3. 31 is a wild hit. 31 apiece with 2 minutes and 46 left to go in the third. In the middle, Niaz to Langston. Back to Young, who draws the foul.
The coaches went into a semi-stall, and what they got was something nice. I believe they've learned not to jack up the 3s.
I tried to hit the hook for you, man. Oh, that was pretty, though.
I tried to hit it for you.
Yo, this close. That was nice. Good, Joey.
Joe Young connects on the front end of 2 free throws.
Someone else say, bend on his knees and take your time.
Yes, that does sound familiar.
I wonder what that originated from.
Something tells me it has purple and gold origins.
1986. And that phrase has been around since then.
Darius Philippe was looking for a foul. Mark Nybo, you talking about a flopper.
Yeah. Okay, Anthony.
Mark Nybo flopped before Ali Joseph got there and tried to sell it. Official Bernardo Stroud tain't having none of that.
Go.
2 of the fastest coaches on this team.
Andy, do you see it swelling?
I was just thinking that. Ali gonna take all 3 of these and knocks it down.
Why you look at me and laugh? You caught me. It's good to have. It's good to be able to laugh. We can laugh at ourselves. Right now, Nester, what is the over and under of this game?
You know what, Rev? I honestly don't know. I am really
Coach Rogers,
not
do you
in the
believe we're
mood
going to get to 50?
for this game. Whoa! A blast from the past.
Is he coming down to play in the All-Star game?
Former Piston coach Howard Jones.
He doesn't have on his fluorescent colors on today.
Nguyen connects all three of these. That was an inadvertent buzzer. Meanwhile, the clock is tick-tocking, tick-tock, tick-tock. I'm sure Cliff Williams doesn't mind that. As the clock is still ticking fresh minutes away. But if you're the coaches, you don't mind this.
No, you don't.
You don't mind this. Remember yesterday's Bullets Celtics game when that clock was going up, and the only one who noticed that was Mighty Joe Young? And I believed him because he wanted to get the hell out of here yesterday. The Bullets gave them a scare.
Yes, they did.
The Bullets made it a game yesterday.
They outscored them in the third quarter.
Serrano. St. Jean with a good putback. Cleaning it up. Coming down to the last 45 ticks of this third. Players pull it within 37-36 with 40 ticks left to go in the third.
The coaches are antsing to get into the game.
Langston looks for Serrano. Langston just hustling. Joseph to Philippe. The elder Philippe tried to take it to the junior. Joseph, who still has that speed, needs to get rid of it. 10 seconds. Joe Young said ain't nobody else smelling this ball. He had Sebastian Ronald set up. Joe Young said ain't nobody smelling this ball.
Sabby was set up for the three.
But Joe Young said no one's smelling this ball. When the adrenaline is flowing, he ain't talking about no assists. He's going to take it to the paint himself. He got his nephew Michael Dion in the bleachers right here. He know Michael Dion bleeds purple and gold. He said he's going to take it to it.
Mr. Dion, tell the people what you said to me earlier. If you said if the Lakers won today, that what were you going to do? You was going to come down dressed in a certain color. Tell the folks in TV land what were you going to do?
Oh yeah, I was just going to come down here all purple and gold, head to toe, sit right behind Joe and cheer him on the whole game.
There was a former player of the Lakers who was going to come down, sit behind his cousin in purple and gold and sit behind the Celtics bench and root for the purple and gold.
Ricardo St. Jean got hacked in the act, taking it to the rack. Buzzer beating shot and hits the free throw to put the players up by one. 39-38 in this. As we enter in the fourth quarter in this 34th annual Early Spring Classic. You like that, Commissioner? 34th annual Early Spring Classic.
Coach
you like
Rogers.
that?
Coach Rogers. Sabby was behind the three-point line, but no one gave it to him. Rashad tried to.
I think when it exceeds 30 years, it becomes a classic. Okay. Yeah.
And he came back to the bench.
This is some good stuff. We got to. I'm going to get you on the record. Commissioner Kemazonsa came with some good stuff, and I went to go mic him, but I forgot that my headset's only reached so far, so I gotta get him on the record. Ribeiro. The 40 doesn't go. Nguyen to Naibo. Naibo, he could have dished it off to St. Jean, who's on the weak side. Joe Young is taking it, and no one else gonna smell it. Foul on the floor.
Mighty Joe Young went coast to coast.
Mighty Joe Young has been in quest of that coach's record of 3 dozens. He won't stop nothing. He won't stop at nothing until he gets it. But unfortunate for him, the coach who owns that record owns the distribution of the minutes today. St. Jean looking for the foul, does not get it. Put the coaches
Players
down by 2, 41-38.
Flash the middle.
Down by 3. Thank you, ref Rob Teutul.
Stop ball. Force him left. There you go, Eric. Good D.
Into Baptiste. He's going to take his.
Jay has like 6 or 8 points of 3 or 4 blocks, rebounds. Jay head coach Chuck reaching way back. Javinki again.
Off the glass.
You can always tell who scored the basket.
Off the glass. Javinsky Baptiste has his 3rd foul.
But Nester, I do not believe they're going to allow him to come out of the game.
Chuck Washington at the line where everything is free is consistent to when he played the 2007 through 9 seasons. He was not a good free throw shooter, kiddies. And that's a lane violation. They didn't call it on him. That was a lane violation on the shooter that they did not call on.
Let's get stopped. Force him left.
He got away with one. Did Chuck Washington?
That's Chip. Oh, don't let him. Let him shoot.
Fully take all 3 of these, and you heard his father said, let him shoot it.
There you go.
Ribeiro. Back to Ribeiro. He was.
Wow.
Andy Nguyen.
The clock has gone out again. We got it.
The scoreboard is up. Keep playing. Seven minutes and 50 ticks left to go in regulation. The Players up by 6, 47-41. Nieves blocking the young Andy Nguyen and threw the ball off him. Nieves used to play for the Hawks. Speaking about used to play for the Hawks, Allie Joseph's getting ready to check into the game.
Joe Washington again, going coast to coast, but Jay has blocked him again.
He has 4, that's 2 pairs. I'm not sure if there's been a case, if there's been a player who fouled out in a playoff game, then turn around and foul out in the All-Star game the next day. If I'm the coaches of the players, I take them out to save them, put them back in the last 4 minutes, take them out for about 3, put them back in the last 4 minutes, let them finish out the. Oh, they are not going to go that way. They're going to take. Excuse me. They might go that way. They took him out now, tell him he has 4 fouls. Hopefully he is not done for the day, as this will be his last regulation MNBL game.
Yes, I believe they have to put him back in.
Mighty Joe Young knocks down that free throw, puts the coaches within 5, 47-52 to 42. Nguyen, Naibo, Darius Philippe, flexing. Ali Joseph taking all 3 of these. Does not go. St. Jean. So Lopes back to St. Jean. Nguyen intercepts it, throws it to Lopes. Lopes. St. Jean not only couldn't clean it up, he was looking for the harm. Washington. To Nieves. Front rims it. Philippe's come down to rebound, and Coach Chris Callanan of the All-Stars yells and calls for that timeout.
Well, he's trying to reserve some energy. But I believe that they have to put number 25 back in to finish out this game. If not, they're going to get pounded down low.
Cliff Williams of the coaches assessing the clientele on the floor. Just check Keyshawn Bridgman-Dick back in the game, because you need boards. You need somebody who's going to do work in the paint. And that is brought to you in the form of Bridgman-Dicks.
Yes, Nester, but I don't think that will be enough.
Chen.
They're moving the ball around.
Naibo, nice little jumper. Bangs it home. 5 minutes to go, still plenty of time. Players up by 9, 51-42.
3-2. 3-2. 3-2. Keyshawn middle. Keyshawn middle up top. Trap!
Oh, yeah.
That was excellent defense by Bailey. Joe Young, you want to talk about the original Hun? He's just going coast to coast. No one else smelling that ball. Almost in the cable cast booth. Darius Philippe had enough presence to put on the brakes and not take out your favorite announcer.
Yes. Coming down to the wire, people.
Joseph swings to Bailey. Back to Joseph, who's going to take a deep triple, ill-advised. That was made possible by Keyshawn Bridgman-Dicks saving that ball so Jonathan Nieves can clean it up.
Guys, 3-2.
Chen, Philippe, Nguyen, back out to Chen.
There we go.
Stolen by Bridgman-Dicks. That was ugly.
Pressure him up top, pressure.
The backcourt has him covered. And Bridgman Dix is on Philippe. Broken up by Bridgman Dix. Leading the fast break. Lopes to Baptiste. They got the man with the educated fetuses for traveling. Nieves, that's it to Bailey. Kicks it out to Joseph. Good to Young, and once it gets into Young, no one else smells it. But he,
Not at all.
You want to talk about a vacuum back? But he scored. Philippe. Great defense by Bridgman Dix. And you talk about great defense, leading the fast break. What he did his entire career.
What's that?
Coast to coast, no one else smelling it. He left Revere Beach. He ended up in Malibu Beach. Touchdown. That's what we used to say back in the 20th century on them highlights.
Without dribbling the ball.
Let's go.
48, 49, 51. Combo of 100.
The good Reverend Bernard Stroud got his combo on the board.
Odd combo, but it's there. And we are going to get 50. Matter of fact, the players have 51.
Philippe. Coaches need to go back to that great pressure that they had. There it is. They got that trap on Nybo. And they got Nybo traveling.
Too much dribbling.
That's exactly what it was. Too much dribblage. See, the coaches using their mind, trapping these youngsters. Nieves, he's taking all three of these. Ice water in his veins.
Drive in. Yo, we don't need no drive in. Get inside. Get inside. You got that, yo. Just drive in.
That's right. Coach Callahan's telling them to chew up some clock. Will these players have the
And to
patience?
go inside.
Will these players have the patience to chew up the clock?
Step up. Good job, Keyshawn. You gotta take that.
Cover that middle. Take out that middle. Watch him.
Baptiste.
Baptiste has about 10 points today. Two Lakers will be jumping off.
Again.
Keyshawn Bridgman Dix and Jay, the trio of the Lakers. Hands up, Jay. Put your hand up, Jay. Put your hand up, Jay. He didn't have to do it. He's a quicker leaper. Wow. Coach is going to toss taking threes.
Stolen by Keyshawn Bridgman Dix to Bailey. They're going to have to push up. Time is not on the coach's side. He's going to jack all three of these.
I knew that was coming.
Take it. Pick it up. All right.
They got
Jay was going coast to coast.
Coaches call a timeout with 39.7 ticks left to go in regulation. The coaches are down by 6, 55-49.
Nester, if I had to pick an MVP of this game, I'm not trying to be biased, but based on what he has done out there with his defense and his offense, I would pick Javinki Baptiste. He has 10 or 12 points, a ton of rebounds, and a ton of blocks, and some scares.
I was just going to say, in addition of the ton of blocks, I was going to say he redirected shots, but I like your word better, scares. It does not look like that Sebastian Arano is going to get back in this game.
No, and that's something again for another year. He's going to be ticked off.
And I will be on his side of this because this is something that I've actually witnessed.
Yes, it did, and we knew about it.
Roll it down.
Pick it up.
Bailey was a nice dish to Ribeiro.
It was his own man hit it.
St. Jean. Ribeiro. Stolen by Naibo. Restolen by Nieves. Joe Young taking all 3 of these. Drains it. Joe Young hits the 3 and immediately calls a timeout. Now, Eric Ribeiro is pleading his case to Banaco Stroud, but that's ancient history at this point. You can't do, you can't turn back. What does Cindy Lauper say? You can't turn back the hands of time or something like that. It's ancient history now at this point. After this game, we're going to...
Referee Banaco Stroud was in the midst of the coaches. I wonder what he was talking about.
Okay, we had lost power there. Combo 110. We're going to have to check out this game to make sure. Knocks it down. Put the coaches within 3.
.7 seconds left to go into the game.
Everybody! Deny the ball. Same thing, it's okay.
1.7 seconds went off the clock.
Same thing, get the ball.
Too little, too late.
Take it! Out of bounds! Out of bounds! It's not ball! Oh! He kicked it out! He kicked it out!
1.2 seconds left to go. And the players will win again 2 years in a row.
Hey, is this live?
This is live.
Time out on the rebound.
1 and 1, fellas.
Time out on the rebound. Pull it.
One more, and that one right there, Nester has sealed the victory for the players once again.
You got that right.
Turn off the lights. The party is over. glad you did. Coach William, you know you have some of your coaches that are angry at
We
you.
have a big game coming up today. I didn't want them distracted. I want them focused on the game. You know what I mean?
So that's what you're going to say?
That's all.
Coach, what's going on with the referee?
For the second year in a row, the players have upset the coaches. Coaches came back, made it a ball game. They got a little bit, I don't know if they got a little bit out of character or if the players really put it on them. I was digging the defense that the coach was doing. They were applying the pressure when need be. But hey, we're all getting ready now. We're all getting ready now for another early spring classic, the three-point contest. So for Reverend Bernard Stroud at Rev Rob Teutul behind the camera, saying this is Nester Dudley. We'll be seeing you at the game.